competing on the main stage, and they got here because of the fan votes. It's time to find out who will be competing for both sides, and we're going to kick this one off by starting with our West roster. Let's take a look at their lineup. We got Coach Tally here, Fear Itself, Cloud, Roy, Neighbor. Then you got Snipedown, Lunchbox, Hysteria, and Walshy. Now remember, West won the All-Star Classic last time around, but they're going up against a pretty strong East Coast team, and let's check out their lineup, guys. For them, they're going to be coached by Bravo. You're going to be led by Ogre 2, Pistola, Victory X, Elamite Warrior. Joining them are Enable, Heinz, Flamesword, and Bestman. So yeah, pretty awesome matchup here, guys. Like I said, West won it last time. East won all the other ones before that. Who are you guys picking here tonight?
I feel terrible because I'm an East Coast guy, but when I look at that West Coast lineup, they have an incredible amount of talent. The firepower on that roster is ridiculous. I'm going to have to go with the West Coast.
I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear you say that. It's East all the way. Last year was a fluke. We have veteran experience. We have Ogre 2. He hasn't not been into an All-Star Classic. He's bringing it home for the blue team, or he better or else.
He better, Scott is threatening you, Ogre 2. You better perform. All right, guys, definitely the cream of the Halo 3 crop competing here this week. And you know, after every season, we do the Pro Choice Awards where the pros vote on their top 5 guys in different categories. Well, up here in Hot Pockets pregame prediction booth, we made some predictions of our own. We made our own list of the top 5 players in a number of different categories. And let's start this one off with the top 5 breakout players. Let's bring up the graphic. Here you'll see at number 5, we voted in Batman. Number 4, Goofy. Robbie B from Warriors at number 3. A really good noob at number 2. A Tots at number 1. But let's go down to our top 2, starting off with a really good noob. Scott, you and I saw this kid at the Nashville Combine. He amazed us there, and the kid has not stopped. Joining Warriors, then jumping on board with a higher-ranked Darkest Hour, and the kid is just an extremely impressive sniper.
Yeah, you tapped me on the shoulder and you said, this guy's going to win the FFA. Sure enough, your predictions held pretty accurate, and I started watching him, and he just did nothing but impress me. And then sure enough, he just makes a splash on the tournament. He's just a very talented player, and he always makes the right decisions.
All right, so really good noob. I voted him my number 1 breakout player, but you guys overruled me. You picked Tots as the number 1 breakout player, Chris.
Yeah, I did, and the reason is because how he's played this year. He went from status quo to Triggers Down, and even though status quo wasn't necessarily an unknown team, the way he broke out was so impressive. He was never really considered a top player last year, but this year he's been helping Triggers Down, leading that team. I mean, the kid's got swagger. You can see him dancing right there. I mean, the kid has just got all the talents, his shots on, his communications up. He's been playing incredible Halo all year.
And he knows how to Dougie. Tots probably has the most swagger of any of our pros, hands down, and one of the youngest guys. And the best part of Tots is he improves every single tournament. So that's our breakout players, but now let's talk about my favorite category, the top 5 snipers. Let's bring up the graphic. At number 5, Hysteria. Number 4, you see Cloud. We saw his highlights earlier. I Got Your Pistola comes in at number 3, but there you see there's 2 number 1s here. Fear Itself and Neighbor are tied for first place. Each of you guys voted a different person. Let's get it started with you, Scott.
You know, I picked Neighbor, and I'll tell you why. His sniper is just immaculate this season. He always manages to get that headshot when no one else expects him to get it. Look at these angles he's taking. He's just ripping faces. He is the sniper for this league. That's why I put him as my number 1. He has yet to let me down, and his teammates can rely on his sniper to win them games.
Absolutely, but Chris, you didn't pick Neighbor. You picked Fear Itself.
I went down a little bit different road, Chris. I thought Fear Itself, whenever I watch this kid snipe, I just loved his entire game with the sniper, where he snipes from, how he snipes, and it always looks as he's always clipping the headshots. You don't see him really miss too many shots, and I just love the way he snipes in regards to his teammates. He's always trying to help his team out with the sniper.
Absolutely. Fear Itself absolutely dominated with the sniper rifle last event. Pistola as well, but really Fear Itself, he just shined. Amazing performance there. But let's move on to the most prestigious category in a lot of people's eyes, and that is the best Pure Slayer. At number 5, you have Demon D from Believe the Hype. Number 4, Neighbor from Triggers Down. At number 3, Enable, another breakout player this season from Status Quo. And then you got Pistola and Roy at 2 and 1. Let's get it started here with Pistola. Why is he the number 2 best Pure Slayer in the league?
I mean, we could just see it almost in that Halo Reach free-for-all we saw right there. I mean, the kid just gets kills. I don't know how he does it, but he always finds himself in situations where he's always sneaking up on players. He's got a great shot. He never misses. I mean, there's really not too many bad things you can even say about Pistola's game. He's just any weapon, any situation, he's going to figure out a way to kill the guy.
And the only person that we ranked higher than Pistola on the best Pure Slayer list was Roy. Tell me about him, Scott.
Well, Roy, he doesn't need weapons to slay. His job isn't even to slay on his team. His job is to do everything, and that's what he does. Notice how he gets kills with everything. There's not a single person in the league who can out-BR them. People actually back down from him because they are so afraid. He gets so many kills just with his BR, and his sniper is still immaculate. Look at these snipes. Look at these angles. He's always helping out his teammates, and he's always doing a great job.
Yeah, and I didn't even throw in a whole bunch of BR plays into these videos. I just wanted to show off his power weapons. But the kid has the nastiest battle rifle. Even at the start of Halo 3, a lot of people said he had the #1 battle rifle in the league. Roy is our #1 Pure Slayer. Now, guys, before we go on this, I have to ask the final question. I know we have one tournament left, but I want to know, coming into Dallas, who so far is your season MVP?
I'm going to have to go with I Got Your Pistola. I actually think I ranked him maybe #1 on the Pure Slayer list. The kid is amazing. If Final Boss wins this tournament, there's no doubt in my mind, he is so important to this team. He's got to be the MVP of the season.
Scott?
I'm going to go with Roy. I mean, this guy, as long as he wins, he's going down as the best player in Halo 3. He started off at the beginning of the season dominant. Second season, dominant. This season, even more dominant. He won back-to-back events. He is the best player in the league. There's not a single player who can disagree with me.
All right, well, guys, that is going to wrap it up here for our nice little breakdown of the top players. But speaking of MVPs, I'm going to be talking with the 2007 MVP coming up next. Ogre 2 from Final Boss will be joining me for a special interview.